In the top stories, Charles E. Mills Secondary School implements Level 1 shift system. CARFA promoting safe and healthy tourism through new system, and U.S. officials to probe whip-like cords used against migrants. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Wednesday, September 22, 2021. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, the Charles E. Mills Secondary School has implemented a shift system as of today, Wednesday, September 22, and it'll run until Friday, September 24. This was announced in a notice issued on Tuesday by the Ministry of Education. The students will attend class based on the following schedule. On Wednesday, Forms 1 and 2 will attend classes in the morning and afternoon, and on Thursday, they will only attend classes in the morning. On Friday, they are not to attend school. For Forms 3 and 4, on Wednesday, these students are not to attend school. On Thursday, they should only attend classes in the afternoon, and on Friday, they will attend class in the morning and in the afternoon. Meanwhile, students in Form 5 must attend school for both morning and afternoon classes on all 3 days. The Ministry of Education noted that the safety and well-being of students and employees continues to remain a priority. The ministry also reminded parents to be mindful of the COVID-19 symptoms and continue to observe the necessary protocols at all times to protect their child or ward. Preparations are underway at the Basse-Terre Public Market for the hosting of the Independence Night Market later this evening. Our news team captured persons at the market power washing, sweeping and scrubbing down surfaces to ensure the environment is clean for the event. The market has also been decked out in Independence Day decorations. In anticipation of the traffic that will occur in the area, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources has partnered with the Traffic Department to mitigate congestion during the event. On ZIZ's radio program On the Road, Sergeant Calvin Amry from the Traffic Department outlined the arrangements that will be implemented at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Traffic will basically be flowing in a one-way direction. That's from east going west along the Bay Road. From the Social Security area, you will allow to travel westwards. You will not be allowed to go up to Lower College Street, but from the Bay Road, from Social Security, you can go up to Central Street or Liverpool Road from Lower College Street got and Lower Westbourne got. You cannot come down into Westbourne got from off of Central Street by the electricity department. Traffic will only be allowed to go northwards into Lower Westbourne got. It's basically the Saturday morning arrangement we're basically putting in place. The public service buses, they will be affected. They will have to be using a portion of the Fort Thomas Road whenever they are playing their route from about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
He said police officers will be on hand to ensure a smooth flow of traffic. In other news, officials from the Counseling Department will be featured on the government radio and TV program Working for You later today. The special guests will be Michelle de Lacodre-Blake, Director of the Counseling Department, Naima Hazel, Deputy Director of the Counseling Department, Valencia Byron, Counselor, Nadia Rollins, Counselor, and Family Counselor Melisha Caesar. The discussion will focus on the work of the Counseling Department and the services it offers, the process of seeking counseling services, how the Family Matters program works, the responsibilities of the counselor, and management of the department's services in the COVID-19 era, among other matters. Working for You is broadcast live every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. on ZIZ Radio, TV, and social media platforms, as well as the Facebook page and YouTube channel of SKNIS. We now move to news on the regional scene. The Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, is bolstering health and safety procedures in the tourism sector of the Caribbean by means of a tourism health stamp. The new document certifies several service providers within the industry, which empowers them to relay emerging COVID data to the agency in a timely manner. St. Lucia took the lead in launching the new program. Don Nicholas reports.
As regional countries continue to battle the COVID-19 pandemic, the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARFA is meeting with the various tourism players to ensure health and safety remains paramount. One of the main areas looked at is the cruise sector. It's part of a new initiative to certify tourism providers by means of a health stamp that will empower them to record emerging COVID-19 data in their respective territories and relay that information to CARFA.
The Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, has been working alongside the tourism industry for quite some time, actually a couple of years, even pre-pandemic. And CARFA has been collecting and doing regional surveillance within the region for a lot of the public health issues that even emanate from the tourism sector. One of the core areas being the cruise sector. But since the pandemic, CARFA has been zooming on how it can assist the region, all CARICOM member states, in providing surveillance and providing technical assistance in driving awareness of COVID-19.
The program also allows CARFA to monitor the situation across regional states. Tourism Minister Dr. ERNEST HILAIRE says the new program is timely in that it helps to protect the health of the population.
This is an invaluable intervention. And of course, COVID has probably highlighted just how critical having such an intervention is. So I was really glad to read all the stuff that the peers gave me to read.
The whole objective is to increase surveillance and awareness in the fight against COVID-19. St. Lucia was the first to launch the new program. For the DBS News World, I am Don Nicholas.
By 2025, Tobago is expected to see a four-star, $500 million hotel constructed on the island. On Tuesday, the announcement of this new tourism product was made. Kolisha Douglas of TTT News has more.
Minister of Trade and Industry Paula Gopi-Schoon informed that earlier this month, Cabinet authorized ETECK to issue a letter of offer to Superior Hotels for a 99-year lease for the lands at Rocky Point. She explained the construction of this hotel has no government funding and is all private sector driven. Chairman of ETECK IMTIAZ AHAMAD gave an overview of the development.
A 200-room hotel, 28 duplex residences, 11 single-family luxury villas, 12 fully outfitted townhouses, beach and pool bar.
Minister of Tourism, Culture and the Arts Randall Mitchell stressed that Marriott is the largest hotel chain in the world, and as such, this investment has great value.
They have their own reward system, their own reservation system. They do their own marketing and promotion, and they negotiate their own airlift.
Meanwhile, Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, ANCIL Dennis, expressed excitement for this new project. He too elaborated on the benefits for Tobago.
This project, during the period of construction, would allow for 750 jobs. When it is completed, some 200 or so persons will be employed as well.
Chief Secretary Dennis called on all Tobagonians to take responsibility for the successful completion of this development by debunking any negative views about the project. Kolisha Douglas, TTT.
Internationally, there is growing outrage after an Al Jazeera news crew caught United States border agents on horseback appearing to assault Haitian migrants in Texas. Images and videos show mounted U.S. border officers wielding the cords amid a mass migrant expulsion. The Department of Homeland Security says officers involved have been reassigned to administrative duties. Patty Culhane reports from Capitol Hill.
Women, this is why your country because you're using women for this.
These are the Al Jazeera pictures causing outrage across the United States.
No!
Desperate and hungry Haitian migrants trying to make it back to a makeshift camp with food and water met by force.
Hey, no.
The men on horseback work for Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who promised in a Senate hearing Tuesday there will be consequences.
I directed that the Office of Professional Responsibility be present on site in Del Rio 24/7 to ensure that the conduct of our personnel adheres to our policies, to our training, and to our values. I was horrified to see the images, and we look forward to learning the facts that are adduced from the investigation.
The U.S. Vice President also weighed in.
What I saw depicted about those individuals on horseback treating human beings the way they were is horrible.
But Republicans in Congress are making a broader political point, saying border security is broken and President Biden is to blame.
All I can say, as Mr. Secretary, is that sooner or later, this administration is going to have to take responsibility for the crisis that you have fomented at the border that gets worse day upon day.
But for the thousands of Haitians who hoped this would be their first step to a new life in America, they are now being moved to other processing centers and are expected to be flown back to Haiti in the next 10 days. The Biden administration is continuing the policies set up by the Trump administration, which says because of the pandemic, they can deport people right away without even giving them a chance to ask for asylum. Now, that has angered many in the president's own party, but so far it doesn't appear that the Biden administration plans to change that policy. And if it does, it would likely come too late for the thousands of Haitians on the border. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
A 5.9 magnitude earthquake has shaken southeastern Australia, causing damage in Melbourne and other parts of Victoria. Authorities are warning more aftershocks could rattle the state. ABC Australia's Anik Kearney reports.
Bricks and debris strewn across one of Melbourne's most popular shopping strips.
Oh my God. I thought it was a practical joke. Who has earthquakes in Windsor or Prahran?
Betty's Burgers on Chapel Street bearing the brunt of an earthquake originating almost 200 kilometres away.
The main thing is everybody's safe. There was only one person up there, they got out.
Some high-rise apartment residents fled outside.
And we've really felt the ground moving, and this is on the 36th floor of our building, so we were quite scared. We thought maybe we should grab the cats, and this one, he went and hid behind the couch.
The magnitude 5.9 quake was detected at a depth of 10 kilometres near Mansfield in Victoria's northeast. But on the nearby slopes and in the town's shops, just a few bumps were felt.
I know the girls in the deli took off and ran outside, and there's a heap in the tea room, and that got rid of the tea room pretty quickly.
The 30-second tremor was felt across the southeast coast, but there were no reported injuries.
We also know that people felt this earthquake in Adelaide, Tasmania and up into New South Wales.
I was literally standing here and everything started moving. All the racks, everything went straight outside and the whole street was out on the street.
It put a stop to filming inside the ABC's News Breakfast studio.
An earthquake? Oh, I've never had an earthquake before.
On average, we get a magnitude 6 in Australia every 20 or so years.
But many thought it was something else.
My God, I'm having a heart attack. And I better get inside and lie down.
I thought the neighbours upstairs were doing a high-intensity workout.
This was the largest earthquake ever recorded in Victoria. Experts say it's likely we'll experience aftershocks for days or even weeks, but they're not likely to equal or exceed today's tremor. Annie Kearney, ABC News, Melbourne.
And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy. The temperature for today is 31 degrees Celsius or 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are southeast at 8 to 14 miles per hour. Seas are moderate with waves of 3 to 5 feet. The forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis says today and tonight will be partly cloudy with a 30% or low chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:08 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6:01 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.